Now, I know a lot of you guys like some crime. This isn't technically a JCS, but it's something. Let's check this out and see what it's like.
Suspected human remains and hiking boots found during the search for two young Dutch women.
I wish you all the best for the rest of your lives and stuff. I'm really going to miss you.
What is up, you Woo crew? Today, we are covering the mysterious case of 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗎 and 𝗖𝗵.
Well.
What do you
Look who it is.
man?
Bro, can we not watch murderers and stuff? I don't like it, dude. It's like, I'm gonna be honest, it scares me.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, why, dude? Can we watch something positive?
Froon. In 2014, a pair of young girls left their home in the Netherlands
leave
to travel.
It's already getting weird. Just pause it. I can't, dude.
It didn't even
It's
nothing
already
happened
Bro,
yet.
the fucking music says it all, bro. It's like a pair of girls left the Netherlands. Like, this guy is weird, dude. Like, this is what girls watch and they get enjoyment out. This is what girls actually watch and they're like, yeah, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I can't, dude. Practice.
The reason for their trip was twofold: teaching local children and exploring a new country. They had been in Boquete, Panama for just over 2 weeks when they took their host family's dog for a walk near the 𝗟𝗏 volcano. They would never be seen again.
Oh!
People go missing in the wilderness. Inexperienced
Was
hikers.
that you who just yelled?
Yes!
Dude, this is interesting.
Just...
No, because you want to go IRL,
Bro,
do all this shit. This might help you to not get abducted or anything.
Easily
I don't leave
become
my house.
disoriented. Even experienced hikers can fall or trip. Anyone familiar with the wilds of Panama will tell you that it can be a dangerous place to be. But even when most lost hikers are found, it's easy to see what happened. Their injuries can be easily identified. Search and rescue can pinpoint where they left the trail. 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗎's and 𝗖𝗵 Froon's circumstances are far more confusing. Even 6 years later, there are still no clear answers as to what happened and why it happened. Let's jump into it. On March 15, 2014, Chris, age 21, and 𝗖𝗵, age 22, boarded a plane in their native Amsterdam. The plane's destination? Costa Rica. From Costa Rica, the girls would travel on the Bocas del Toro in Panama, and then take a boat to 𝗟𝗏𝗀𝗀, where they spent 2 weeks learning a little Spanish and seeing the sights. It was the beginning of their gap year, which they had been planning and saving for over a year. Though they had attended the same university, they had actually met while working at a restaurant in Amersfoort. As they had become friends, Chris had convinced 𝗖𝗵 to move into the same student residence. Their gap year approached, and Chris, having traveled to South America previously with her family, suggested that they try Panama. Not only would there be opportunities for backpacking and swimming, two things both of the girls enjoyed doing, they could learn Spanish and volunteer at local schools. Their friends and family had readily donated money for toys and supplies that Chris and 𝗖𝗵 planned on bringing to the children in Panama. They were scheduled to start volunteering at a school on April 1st, so they arrived in their final destination, Boquete, on March 29th. Though they had received an email on the 26th confirming that they were supposed to start work on the following
2K
Monday,
messages in the inbox.
the staff of the school where they had planned to volunteer told them that they couldn't accommodate them that week, and they would have to try again next week. They were deflated,
Dude, stop.
even though their plans had
Stop,
only
pause
been
a
pushed
second.
back a week.
I want to say something, Los.
Both of the girls.
Los? Dude,
Go
the
ahead.
photos are getting creepier and creepier, dude. Are you not noticing that?
So is this done?
I mean, dude, bro, are you not getting scared? Like, what is wrong with you?
I'm not scared yet.
Man, go and play it then.
I mean,
As soon
chat,
as there's
what do you think? Chat, shut this off or keep it on?
as soon as there's blood, I'm out, bro.
There's
Just
not
saying.
gonna be blood, dude. It's an
If it's
unexplained
blood,
thing. Dude, the chat is... Bro, I literally... Okay, let's keep going.
Seemed to take this disruption badly. As they were leaving the school, their plans dashed. Lisanne texted her parents, "I am really very disappointed."
Uh-oh.
Having been turned away from the school,
Greek, you want to gamble later?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
they made their way to a suburb of Boquete, 𝗟𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹, where they met up with their host family. Their host was Miriam Guara, who would frequently host international students in an adjoining house with its own entrance. Only days later, when the girls disappeared, she would tell the media that the girls seemed smart, shy, and restless. She reported that even though they had limited Spanish, they had managed to communicate that their plans had changed and they had another week off before they started work. They had asked Miriam what sites and activities she recommended, but had eventually resorted to asking for help from the Spanish language school they attended. Together, they put together a few days of sightseeing, hikes, and fun. By April 1st, the Tuesday of the following week, however, they had already climbed the volcano near Boquete and taken a tour of a nearby coffee plantation, and were running out of new and exciting things to do. They spent most of Tuesday morning trying to decide what to do. Eventually, they decided to hike the Pianista.
Los, I am literally crying and throwing up. Dude, what the fuck kind of emotion is that? Like, you're crying and throwing up. What causes that?
Fucking ring pops, mate. That's what causes it.
Dude, listen, Chad, I'm down to shut this off because...
No, keep it going. I'm invested, bro. When are they alive though, Los?
No. This is the camera of two missing girls.
Wait, so they never found them?
No, they're missing, but they found the camera.
Oh my god.
A trail, a popular path frequented by dog walkers. Here's where things get a little fuzzy.
Get weird.
Facebook posts from the morning of April 1st by both Lisanne and Chris state that they were planning on walking around the city that day. However,
me and you, Los,
Chris
one day.
sent her boyfriend a text on Tuesday that said they were planning on going on a hike. This small inconsistency is pretty easily explained away. Their plans changed. A taxi driver said that he dropped the girls off at the trailhead sometime after 1:30 p.m. However, pictures on both of their phones indicated that they had probably started their hike at around 11 a.m. Again, maybe this is easy to explain. The taxi driver was simply mistaken. In the pictures on their phones, the girls are dressed for a short hike, in tank tops and shorts. Both are carrying backpacks, but when those backpacks were retrieved weeks later, they would be found to contain only a single water bottle, some snacks, a single passport, their phones, and a digital camera. They clearly were not planning to be out for more than a few hours. When the girls did not return home that evening, their host family was concerned. Miriam reported that they searched 𝗟𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 for Chris and Lisanne, but decided to give them the benefit of the doubt. They were young. Maybe they were just out late, having fun. The alarm was not raised until April 2nd, when they failed to show up for an appointment with a tour guide. The tour guide contacted the host family, who confirmed that the girls appeared to have never made it home the previous night. The guide then reached out to the Spanish language school, and it was the school that finally contacted Lisanne and Chris's parents and the police. The search for the missing students did not begin until April 3rd. By April 6th, there had been no sign of either of the girls. Their parents enlisted detectives in the Netherlands, and together they flew to Panama. Despite a $30,000 reward and a 10-day search, it would be months before any sign of the girls was seen again.
I hope they find
They
them.
were just gone,
This is messed
vanished
up,
without a trace in a foreign country. Their parents were despondent.
bro. Yeah,
Had they
this is
just
so
gotten
sad.
lost? Had they encountered a dangerous animal? Most frightening of all, had they encountered a dangerous person? 10 weeks after they set out on their ill-fated hike, a local woman appeared at the Boquete police station with reports of a mysterious blue backpack. She said she had found it on the bank of a river near Alto Romero. This was nearly 5 miles from the Pianista Trail, and over 10 miles from where they were staying on Boquete. It was quickly identified as Lisanne's backpack. The woman had been to that same location near the river only a single day prior, and had not seen the backpack, leading investigators to believe that it had washed up the night prior. However, when they arrived on the scene and actually looked at the backpack, they had found it and its contents to be dry, despite the fact that it had been raining heavily for weeks, and the
But do you think this
assumption
is a
that it
human
had
or
been
an
carried
animal? You think it's a human
I
or
think-
animal?
I think it's a human.
so
You
far
think it's
from
a
the
human?
girl's
Okay.
last known location by the river. Not only was it not wet, it looked brand new. This seemed impossible, considering that it had ostensibly been sitting out in the humid Panamanian rainforest for more than 70 days. The contents appeared to be untouched, though the items offered few clues as to what happened. The backpack contained 2 bras, 2 pairs of sunglasses, a water bottle, 2 cell phones, the digital camera,
2 bras.
a medical insurance card
Yeah,
belonging
it kind
to
of sounds
Chris,
like your backpack.
and a passport belonging to Lisanne. There was also a small amount of money. Why had they bothered to bring one person's passport and one person's insurance card?
Why?
Why were their bras neatly folded at the top of the pack? What the backpack did not contain was just as confusing. They had a compass, a solar power bank, and a knife. None of these items made it into either of the girls' backpacks. Police also noted that there didn't seem to be a key either. Surely they'd have to have been carrying the key to their room. As the police plugged in the phones and downloaded the images from the digital camera, they began to realize that a dry backpack found on the bank of a river was the least confusing piece of this case. The emergency services calls started just after 4:30 p.m. First, someone tried to place a call to 112. This is the Dutch version of 911. Outside of the Netherlands, it should divert you to the local emergency services. Lisanne and Chris could not get reception, so the call never connected.
What?
They next tried calling 911, which also should have diverted them to the local emergency services. Again, the call could not go through. Data taken from the phones shows that they were then turned off and remained off for more than 14 hours.
What?
On April 2nd, the calls began again. Every 1 to 2 hours, a call was placed to either 112 or 911,
What?
using either Chris's or Lisanne's phone. None of them connected, except for the first call that morning, placed just before 7 a.m.
I
The
claim no
sun
negative energy
would have
from
just
this
been
video.
cresting the mountains when they connected to 112 for just a moment, before the call was dropped and they turned the phone off again. When Chris's phone was used to call 112 again at 8:14 a.m., whoever was dialing the number took a screenshot. Investigators believe this was an accident caused by someone with shaky, panicked hands trying to dial the number. The phones are again switched off, this time for more than 19 hours. On day 3,
What?
they go live again, following that same pattern of trying to call for help every 1 to 2 hours. There were no successful attempts to reach 112 or 911, other than that early morning call on the second day. In total, they made nearly 80 calls. By day 4,
I'm just saying,
the calls
once
are
Elon
fewer.
once Elon Musk puts his satellites up here, like, we're gonna be able to like contact anybody anywhere. Just saying.
Bro,
What do
I
you think?
think what this is they got lost on a hike and then they just didn't know how to get back.
That's scary. Oh,
I think
yeah,
that's really
maybe
what
they.
it was.
Yeah, see that you're safe, bro, because you don't go hiking. You don't have to worry about this shit,
I guarantee I've gone hiking more than you.
bro. Hiking up the fucking stairs to your Uber Eats driver is not fucking hiking, bro.
Guys, you see what this is? This is called deflecting. This is called projecting and deflecting. You learn this in psychology.
Okay, well, go use your psychology and play the fucking video. I'm interested now.
And
This is
farther
getting good.
between. On day
I
5,
claim no
Lisanne's
negative energy,
phone
by the way.
died.
But, you know.
Chris's phone, however, continued to be turned on and off until April 11th, even though the data mining shows that her battery was at 50% when they left Phuket. Between April 7th and April 10th, Chris's phone was completely dark. It blipped on again at 10:51 a.m. on April 11th and was turned off again at 11:51 a.m. It was never turned on again. It's hard to know which of the girls were making these calls, if in fact it was either of them. There was a detail, however, that made investigators' blood run cold. Lisanne's phone died on the 5th. The next time a phone was used, it was of course Chris's phone. However, whoever was trying to use Chris's phone did not know the PIN. Up until April 5th, whoever had been using Chris's phone knew the correct code and entered it correctly each time the phone was turned on, and was used to attempt to reach emergency services. Suddenly, on April 6th, there were several attempts to enter an incorrect code. A correct code would never again be entered until the phone was switched off for good on April 11th, despite wrong codes being entered dozens of times in the intervening days. Even in 2014, all smartphones had a function that allows someone to make an emergency call, even if they do not know the phone's PIN. If it had just been Lisanne trying desperately to call for help, even though Chris had already expired, she would not have needed to unlock the phone to do it. Someone was desperate to unlock Chris's phone, and investigators concluded that was unlikely to have been Lisanne. The call logs were not the only concerning piece of data the investigators gleaned from the technology in the backpack. When they turned on the Canon SX270HS digital camera, they found a series of 133 pictures, taken starting on April 1st. The first set of photos is completely innocuous. They are extremely typical photos for a pair of young adults to have taken. Lisanne posing at the hike's summit, Chris posing at the hike's summit. There are a series of selfies. They snap a few pictures of waterfalls and other particularly pretty scenery along the path. Being a digital camera, every single picture they took is carefully labeled and timestamped. All of these pictures of two smiling girls are taken before 1:30 p.m. It appears as though they did not turn around and head back down the trail when they were finished taking pictures, even though this is what signs on the trail and online guides recommend. Instead, they forged ahead, having read that there were a few waterfalls on the other side of the summit.
Yeah, Chad, this is freaking me out so much. I'm like staring at my security cameras of the fucking whole house right now. I'm like actually freaked the fuck out right now.
Dude, what the fuck are you on about, bro?
Dude, nah.
You literally live in a fucking $1 million castle. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I'm just.
Shut the fuck
I'm
up,
checking
dude.
everything right now.
This guy's.
Dude,
This
I'm
guy
literally
is-
freaking out right now. Dude, I'm literally freaking out. This is fucking weird, bro.
Bro.
It's so eerie. You're not freaked out at all.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I switched my lights off and I kind of low-key wanted to switch it back on, yeah. But listen, why the
Dude.
fuck are you freaked out, bro? You're like fucking Henry VIII, bro. You're chilling at the top of your castle.
Dude,
Nobody's
I don't-
touching you.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Dude, it's bad vibes. I'm telling you, we claim no negative energy from this, and we're not even kidding. And we're praying. Let's all pray for the girls, and then we'll be fine, bro. That sucks.
Let's see what happens.
The last picture, taken on April 1st, before 2 p.m., is of Chris in a small gully, surrounded by moss-covered rocks and thick vegetation. What follows are a series of pictures that become more mysterious the farther the investigators scrolled into the camera roll. First, there is a picture of Chris taken from behind, at a considerable distance. She is looking back towards whoever has the camera, and her face looks worried.
What?
There are a few
What?
similar shots of Chris. Nothing looks particularly amiss, but in comparison to the wide smiles captured earlier in the day, she looks serious.
What?
Her expression looks strained, her poses awkward. In the middle of these pictures, there is evidence that one or more of the photos was deleted from the camera. None of the other pictures the girls had taken with this camera during their trip had been deleted. This might not seem that strange, but in light of what the police found next, it indicates that there was something seriously wrong. After 2 p.m. on April 1st, it appears that no one used the camera for 7 days. Suddenly, on the 8th of April, the camera was powered on again, and someone took more than 90 photos over the course of 3 hours.
What
Those
the
hours
fuck?
being 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. There is something haunting about these photos. None of them
Ugh.
seemed to be of anything specific. It was as if, in a daze, someone was snapping pictures of the darkness. Maybe
Dude, I'll be right back. Dude, I'm literally making sure every fucking alarm is on in my house right now. I'll be right back.
Dude. This dude. I mean, bro, why the hell are they going out into like the wilderness there with just 2 people? Like, if you're gonna go out there, like, bring like 8 people with you, bro. And bring a fucking weapon. I don't know, dude. Like, if I'm going out into the wilderness, I'm bringing a fucking gun, dude. Like, for real. Or I'm bringing a bunch of the boys. I'm not going out of there alone. Like, what the hell, dude? It's like no shit. Like, you're going at they're from Norway and then suddenly they're in the jungle. This is scary. This is such a huge difference of habitat to go from Norway to this. That's like crazy, bro. And you got to be skilled as well to like know the terrain and stuff. Like, I'm not. This is why I just stay in the house. Like, this is just too much. It's just too much. Ah, Lord. This is why you have to be careful, chat. Like, your lives are very precious, and these girls, they're young, good-looking girls, and their lives are just gone because they need to be more. You need to be more careful. You guys are precious. Like, you don't realize it. You might think it's what I'm saying is crazy, but you guys are precious. Like, to you and to your families, to yourself and to your families. You got to be careful, dude.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing, man. Did you get your food?
I'm not eating food, bro. I just made sure, like.
Made sure what?
This is just. I've never been freaked out by a video like this before, bro.
Chill, bro. That's the whole. If you play, it's the music that's scary. Like, this music's like fucking. Bro, honestly, I heard your chair scream. I thought it was somebody in the background. Why does it sound like that when you sit on it?
Shut the fuck up.
days, someone was snapping pictures of the darkness. Maybe they were trying to capture the image of someone stalking them. Maybe they were simply trying to use the flash as a light. No theory completely explains this set of photos.
Low-key, the flash
In
for
the
the light
pictures, you
makes
can
sense,
see
bro.
Yeah, like I think they were just flashing.
Yeah.
jungle, a dirt path, or rocks, illuminated by the camera's flash. Some may be an attempt at illuminating a path, though it seems unlikely. A camera flash in the pitch darkness would probably blind someone rather than help them see.
What?
Other images
Not if
are
you're
much
pointing it
harder
away.
to
Doesn't make any
parse.
sense.
Some seem to be pictures of the sky or of a plant sticking out of a rock. One particularly disturbing image appears to be just the back of Chris's head, with just the hint of blood in her hair. Several of the
What?
pictures
What?
Yeah, maybe she cut herself, and they were trying to find where the blood was coming from.
I
Who
don't
knows?
even see any blood.
with just the hint of blood in her hair. Several of the pictures appear to have light orbs and other
Somebody's
light artifacts.
Wait, pause.
None
Somebody is crying in the chat. Like, somebody goes, I'm crying. Should we, like, be concerned for that guy? Or are we just going to continue? There's a dude literally fucking crying.
I don't know. I've never been this freaked out in my fucking life, bro.
Chat, do we continue? Do we continue?
I feel like we have
He's-
to put on something like...
Oh, somebody say he capping. I don't know what that means. He capping, but let's continue.
You know what that means.
No, I don't. I'm not with the lingo with these kids now. I'm 28 now. I'm 29 soon.
Alright, I'm gonna speed it up, actually. Playback speed 1.5.
seem to have been taken while moving. Almost
Oh, that's
all
better.
have a disorienting perspective.
Sounds normal
It's impossible
now.
to tell
What the hell?
if the person taking them was standing up or sitting down, much less in what direction they were pointing the camera. Even those familiar with the trail and the surrounding area have had difficulty locating areas where the girls, or whoever had the camera, could have taken these pictures. There is something simply not right about all of these shots. Pictures taken at night are naturally unsettling, yes, but the odd angles and unrecognizable terrain make these photos especially troubling. After the backpack was found, locals were able to quickly locate a set of remains. By June 19th,
What the
2014,
hell's that?
all that would ever be found of Chris ꝑ𝗏𝗄𝗠's and 𝗍𝗵𝗠 was located along the same river where 𝗍𝗵's
I
backpack
don't
was
know.
found.
What is it?
In total, 33 bones would be discovered.
Oh
Along
with
my
a pair of
jeans-
God, it's a bone,
Bro!
bro.
Bro! You promised me!
I didn't know there was gonna be a fucking bone.
Bro.
shorts
Dude,
and one shoe
why you
from
pause
each of the
that,
students.
you weird fuck?
The most chilling finding
I'm not showing it on stream. I'm trying to get past it.
was
Bro, but you were
𝗍𝗵's left
paused the
foot.
hell along.
It was discovered still inside her boot, the boot's laces still cinched tight. Investigators noted that the cut
no.
that had severed the ankle from the leg was clean. Because of the lack of blood, it was
no.
likely that it had happened after 𝗍𝗵 was already dead.
Poor girls,
Nearby the
poor
shoe,
girls.
a piece of 𝗍𝗵's skin was found rolled into a ball.
Oh,
the other
poor
notable
girls.
Did you hear that?
What did he say?
He said her skin was rolled into a ball.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Dude, we need to watch something else right now. Deadass.
No, I need to finish this now. I've gone
No,
too
dude,
deep.
you're actually sick.
Bro, you're paused on this. God knows what
discovery
this is.
was half of a pelvic bone. It would be identified as Chris's pelvic bone. While all of Chris's bones seemed to have been picked
Girl.
clean and bleached by the hot sun, 𝗍𝗵's remains
Oh.
showed less decomposition.
I really want you to know that I really like you guys.
None of the remains provided much information about what happened to the pair, especially because the bones themselves were so scattered. The official story is that Chris ꗏ𝗏𝗏's and 𝗍𝗵 fell to their death crossing a monkey bridge during their hike. A monkey bridge is a flimsy bridge made of 3 wires that does, admittedly, look very easy to fall from. But there is no evidence that the girls ever made it to this dangerous part of the trail. Investigators have since modified this story, claiming that maybe Chris fell, either from the bridge or while trying to climb the wall of the gully captured in their pictures. This would have happened in the mid-afternoon on April 1st. Chris held on until April 5th or 6th, both girls calling for help to no avail. Chris either passed away or sank into a coma. By the 8th, 𝗍𝗵 was disoriented and desperate. There were only a few hours of battery life left on Chris's phone. She didn't know the code. All she could do was take a picture of Chris, dead or dying, and the surrounding area, hoping to be able to lead search and rescue back to her body, and hike until she could get better reception. It was simply a hiking accident, largely the fault of the girls themselves, who went past the safe part of the trail and into the jungle of Panama. This theory doesn't explain the sheer glut of pictures taken in between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Locals also claim that it is very difficult to get lost in this area, as there is a network of well-marked trails. Many who knew the girls also claim that they would never be stupid enough to attempt to cross the monkey bridge on their own. The explanation spurs more questions than it answers. How did Lisanne's backpack turn up dry and perfectly preserved on the bank of a river 10 miles away? More chillingly, who erased the picture on their camera? And who was trying to unlock Chris's phone relentlessly for 5 days? Why did they stop taking pictures for 7 days? Why didn't they attempt to send any text messages? Why did they only ever try to call emergency services and not their parents, boyfriends, or host family?
Dude, they didn't get lost, bro.
Oh, here we go. Fucking Inspector Gadget over here. Fucking coming with conclusions.
Think about what they just said. You wouldn't have sent one message.
You act like... Oh,
dude,
my
listen.
God.
You wouldn't have sent one message to a family member, nothing. You just are only calling emergency services and nothing else. You're not trying anything else.
Bro, you're not Sherlock Holmes, bro.
Bro.
Just fucking play the video. You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't think I'm right?
No, these guys are professional investigators. I'm gonna take their word over yours.
Dick Steffens, a criminalist hired by the Kremers and Fruins, guessed that the pictures might have actually been an attempt to signal someone. Perhaps the girls were stuck, either immobilized by injuries or subdued by someone, and were trying to use the flash of the camera to signal passing planes or vehicles for help. He also noted that the remains found along the river seemed to be far too clean to have decomposed naturally. And why were some pieces of Lisanne found intact, like the rolled up strip of skin? Why were their bras folded up and stuffed in the backpack? To this day, no one has been able to offer a theory that comprehensively explains the evidence gathered by police. Some have claimed that the orbs in many of the nighttime photos indicate the presence of ghosts. This is a huge catch-all bucket that could explain the erratic behavior of taking the photographs.
Hello.
A much more likely, but still frightening possibility, is that the girls wandered off the trail and into someone who recognized them as vulnerable. They were clearly not from Panama, and while they were both fit, were small, and could have been easily overpowered. Maybe this attacker let them keep their phones, knowing they wouldn't be able to get reception. Maybe they ferreted them away,
I just swear
hid
I
them
just
when he was
heard
around.
somebody say hello in my fucking room, bro. Dude, I'm bugging. I swear I just heard somebody go hello.